right, Don. All right. So ask him what you're going to ask him. We know what's coming next.
Where's the executive producer?
Where is the executive producer of the show? Feels like we did a lot of this by ourselves today. Where is the executive producer?
Where's my other son?
Yeah, I'm telling you. All right, so I feel like it's 7 o'clock. Does it feel like 7 o'clock to you?
It does.
You ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I've been ready.
I'm ready on
Here we
Wednesday
go.
morning.
I'm Scott.
I'm Don.
And we're talking real estate. That was crazy. That was the loudest thing we ever did it before in our lives. You know why? Now give them the rundown on what the crazy stuff we got for them today is.
I think we're pretty excited.
Absolutely.
All of a sudden, we just got this energy that just shocked us. So anyways, up today, we have the question of the week.
Question of the week is sponsored by Root Brothers Coffee. It is, what's the furthest you've ever gone for ice cream? Don and I had this discussion about ice cream, and it just kind of turned into, he told me a story about it and stuff, and we just wondered, what's the furthest you ever gone for ice cream? Maybe give us the city and how long, how far away, or even if it's a special place for you, let us know. The winner will get Root Brothers Coffee. So that's the sponsor of our question of the week. But
it doesn't have to be the longest distance. Well, it could be the longest distance, but it could be have a good story as well.
yeah, if you had a really good story in the comments, that would be good too.
On a distance drive.
As always, we want to know where you're coming in at from. Okay, that's what we would like to know. Where are you coming in at from?
Okay, so today we got the market update, of course. We always go over that. Question of the week, which we've already given you. The topic is reverse mortgages this week. We're going to talk a little, try to shed a little light on that. That's something that we don't come into contact with very, very rarely, but yeah, we'd like to share that with you. City Spotlight, South Lyon, Michigan. Our guest, Chris Bergeron.
Chris Bergeron,
And she's
who
excited.
gave her a day off. What the heck?
She's excited. It's after hours.
Yes.
There is no after hours for real estate, Don. There is no after
This
hours.
is her time.
Jesus. All right, so Don, let me tell you the people that are tuning in already. We got my man Zach Wilkowitz in the house. We got Shelly Gambino, former fan of the show. Steve Kreitz, former fan of the show from D7. One from D7 Road. So that's what we got so far.
Awesome.
Why are they former fans of the show?
Well, they're not former fans. I mean, just, yeah, they're fans of the show that are former fans of the show, right? The actual title itself. So, yeah, we got you there. So,
Fan of the show, and then we're gonna give you the winner on the
Root Brothers Coffee question.
for the question, and then we're gonna wrap it all up and send you on your way with some good knowledge and hopefully some laughs.
So, here's the thing. Our guest has known me for 45 years. So, she said she has a good story for you about me. So, it'll be released out to the general public. Last show, I think 2,000 people watched on, so we're going to spread it out to the whole entire world. So everybody's going to be pointing and laughing at me everywhere we go now.
We'll bring some stories out, I'm sure. I'm gonna
Her grandson, Ben Long, is watching today.
find out what you had going on.
I'm telling
You're
you.
a kid.
All right, so let's talk rundown. Let's get the rundown on the market update. Let's go there. So here's the stats. Here's, folks, we always use the month before stats, the first show of the month, so being August, so we're use July stats. So last year, we took 171 listings. This year, we took 220. Okay? So we took 220. So you're talking about a big update, a big jump. Okay? Pendings, not up that much, 293 to 311. So up about 20 as well. And then finally, sold's only up 9. From 229 to 238. So
This is last month, right?
Right. So here's the thing. Was the market this hot last year too and we just didn't realize it, or what?
No, typically in the last handful of years, July seemed to slow down. People like to go on vacation. So really, I think we maybe caught up a little bit because of the COVID, but it's not way out of line, but it's up there 9,
Right. So here's the stat that was most interesting to me. Was last year in July, the average sale price for us was $200,000, $202,000. This year it's $232,000.
Yeah.
So a $30,000 increase. So that's the kind of thing we've been talking about, right?
Right. That's exactly the average sales price and the sales list price, the sales price on a home, and the appraisals. We've talked about this a little bit about appraisals and an appraiser. I got an email just this morning about appraisals, and appraisers are struggling a little bit because there's not a lot of data out there for them to come up with a price where a buyer is bidding 10 or 15,000 more, or 10 or 15% more than the list price.
Right.
So they need data to back it up, and sometimes.
So do you get like a quote from that letter or something like that that would be interesting to folks?
Wow.
Or a little info?
Driving up to seeing some low appraisals. Unfortunately, in most cases, there isn't much that can be done. Market is going to need to catch up with the appraised values to increase. So what the option more than likely is buyers want to buy that house. They might have to bring some money to closing, additional money to closing to make it happen. So and that's what's happening. Then the prices are going to start catching up.
Right. So, and here's the thing, guys. I feel like the Grim Reaper. Like I walk in, people are all getting, they like the house. Like, ooh, this is great. I was at one this morning. Lady was like, "There's nothing wrong with this house." And all of a sudden, I come in, dum. You've got a bid over $15,000, and they just kind of look at you like, that sucks.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah, that's bad. That's not,
It is.
It's hard news to give someone.
But it's
in this
constant.
market, but that's what it is.
But it's constant.
Right.
Every buyer, I tell them, you get like yesterday, 5 to 15, or I go 10 to 20 if it's a bigger home, right? It's like I feel like the Grim Reaper. Like I'm like, you will bid $20,000 over, and like you said, an appraiser sent us an email to the general realty market saying, look, market's got to catch up. Like the appraiser's got to catch up, you know. Mm-hmm. So I got to say something. Now, even though we're still going through the market update, I've gotten these two messages so far. So Father Bob Johnson says, waiting for our special guest. Okay, you guys are killing me. And then Carollynn Babisz says, woohoo, celebrity night. So you're Chris Bergeron, she's in the green room right now, kind of getting all prettied up and stuff like that. Makeup couldn't even mess with my hair or anything because they're messing with her now. So she'll be on soon enough. Don't you worry. So other stuff in the market. Appraisals are just crazy. So here's the other thing that's going crazy to me. The slow process.
On the mortgage side, yes.
Yeah. Like I'm closing one Friday. It feels like 100 days. It wasn't. I mean, I think it was like 45 or 50, but it's just the underwriting, which takes it's taking 2-3 weeks now, and just things are moving slow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's great that there's a lot out there going on, a lot of activity, but it's just bogging things down.
Yeah, and because they're overwhelmed. Not only are people their purchases for new homes, but also refinancing because interest rates are so low.
Yeah, and I don't know if you're getting this down, but I'm getting people that are kind of toe testing the market. Like when you go up to a pool and you put your toe in, they're like, well, we'd like to try it and see what happens. I had a couple folks, I talked to some today, I talked to some on Monday, that they've heard that the prices are up so much, they want to try it and see what happens, which I got no problem with, you know.
Try and see what?
Try and put the house out there at whatever number they want and see what happens.
Oh, on the list.
Right.
On the sales per side, yeah.
Because I mean, think about it. If something's going 10 to 20 over, then that's what happens. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay, so you good with market update?
Yeah, I mean, well, so a couple things that people need to realize from this. One, if you're a buyer, right, you got to be loaded for bear. You got to be ready to go 5, 10, 15, 20 over, whatever. If it's a nice home. Okay? I tell people all the time, if it's been on the market for 2 weeks to a month, you got a better shot.
Yeah. Yeah,
right?
that might be something that people could kind of look at houses like that.
Yeah, and then on the sell side, like you were just talking about, I mean, it's great that you got somebody, multiple offers, but appraisers got to use data.
Right.
So unless you got appraisal gap coverage, which we recommend all the time, without that, I mean, then you got to make sure you got data to support what you're doing.
Right.
So that's what I would say market update, right?
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good job. I think we summed that one up. All right, going back to question of the week. What's the farthest you have gone for ice cream?
So, folks, question of the week sponsored by Root Brothers Coffee. How far have you gone for ice cream? I got down along those lines. Lori Merzak and the Tubers are saying hello from South Haven. They say, we want to see the special guest. And they want to know why I'm underdressed this week. Be honest, I was going to buy a tuxedo t-shirt today, but I couldn't find one fast enough. So only Katie Chuber could get me to bring the tux out.
I miss our producer, our executive
Lori,
producer. Where's he at?
Lori, so let me ask you this. Where's our executive producer? I mean, you got a special guest here tonight and no executive producer, Dan Chuber? What about that?
Going to be on the beach.
Nobody wants to see us tonight, Don. Chris Wojcinski says, where's our special guest? I mean, this thing's going to go viral. We might get millions of views on this thing.
Come on, give us a little bit of credit.
So, again, question of the week that the person that has the best answer is going to get Root Brothers Coffee today is, what's the furthest you ever went for ice cream? What's the furthest town, the furthest mileage? What's the furthest you ever went for ice cream? So throw that in the comments below, and by the end of the show, we'll decide. At the very end of the show, we'll decide the winner. Okay? Last week was Janine McKay. So where's the furthest you ever went for ice cream? There's a little August, little August cheer here.
Okay.
So talk to me about this topic this week.
All right, so reverse mortgages, and I think where this came from is I'm reading this book about it's evicted, where people that make it week to week, month to month for the most part, and they approximately 70% of their income goes towards renting a house or a property, so they don't have a lot of cash left over for anything. And I'm thinking, when you get older, what happens? What do you have? And most people have an asset, which is a home. And so my wheel started turning, and I thought, well, reverse mortgages is if you're in a position when you're over 62, you have to be 62 years old or older.
Okay.
And financially you're strapped, and the way in property taxes keep going up, homeowners insurance keep going up, everything keeps going up. But if your income is either flat or non-existent, what do? And you want to stay in your house. You don't want to go rent something because you're even going to dig a bigger hole. So
yeah. So you and I talked about this a little bit. I have a hard time knowing on this one. It's like giving up your best assets kind of scary to me. But like you were explaining to me, which makes a little bit of sense, is if you got no one, like if let's say you don't have a lot of family or no family,
right,
and that's all you have, and you're every week to week it on, maybe that's the move. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to stay there until you die, and you're going to want to. Most people want to stay where they're at until their last moment.
Yeah. So
last breath.
our special guest, she used to say to me this: "I'm going to go through my front door feet first." Okay, but she doesn't say that as much anymore. I wonder why. I don't know. So I have never pushed her to sell her house ever. She'll tell you that. Okay, but some people that they want to be in that house till the end of days.
Yeah. So this is a thing that can do that. You use it if you're financially strapped to reverse mortgages.
So break it down for us then.
It has to be your primary residence. You have to be over 62 years or older. And the only stipulation is you can get a lump sum or you can get a monthly payment. I should say payment. Pay you monthly, or a draw. You can draw from it or something like that. But you have to have homeowners insurance on it. You have to pay the property taxes.
Okay.
You have to keep that up to date. So most people will take this for financial difficulties, which I already mentioned, and that they want to remain in their current home. So until death. So
again, because I know somebody that I just sold a house to in Warren that her dad did that. I feel like there's too many.
a reverse mortgage.
Yeah.
He's in it now.
Yeah. So I feel like there's.
Unless you're in that situation, it's hard to shed any light on that unless you're in that situation.
Well, I feel like there's too many I don't knows. Like there's too many I just don't know where that company that's giving the money, where they stop, where they begin, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, you have to definitely look at this is backed by FHA,
okay,
the federal government, so it's not some fly-by-night company.
No, I get you.
Though I'm sure that might be out there, but if you go to a legitimate lender, you should be okay, and they should be able to explain all the legal
the ins and outs and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. What the kind of details you got for us?
This is really a non-recourse loan, so you have to repay the loan, the home. Repay the loan is the home itself. So you can't move out, and you have to stay in the home the entire time for the most part. You can't be out of it for 12 months or more. For example, if you ended up in a senior citizen home or something and you're out over 12 months, you have to sell the property, or the loan will become due.
Okay. What else?
So when the loan becomes due after you pass away, your heirs can either pay it off or refinance it if they want to keep the house. You want to put it in their name more than likely.
Yeah.
Sell the home on your own. Sell the home and pay off the loan if it's appreciated a lot, or have the bank that you did the loan with have them pay it, have them sell it.
Yeah. Speaking of appreciation, that would come into play now because a lot of things are appreciated.
Yeah.
We were talking about Allen Park the other night, and it's appreciating like crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Places are just the average sale price we had as a company last year was $202. Now it's $232 for the month of July.
Yeah.
So $30,000. That's a pretty good number.
That is. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, but it's there. It's out there. Something that's out there for people, and you can take advantage if you need it.
Right, and we'll probably have somebody on, a mortgage person on, to
Yeah.
kind of talk back through that. Again, folks, I think it's one of those things where if maybe you had a little bit of family, not much, or had no family, right, and you're struggling, and you didn't save for retirement, and maybe that's the move for you, right?
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think that's a really good point. Is that I think as time goes on, people that don't have retirements, most people don't have pensions, 401ks, and if your 401k goes down, and I mean you could be stuck. You could be in a position. I think this is something that could happen down the road for sure for a lot of people.
Gotcha. So, a couple of answers so far of our question of the week. One, my cousin who was a fan of the show, Carollynn Babisz. I get ice cream right where I'm at. Really? That's not the question, Toots. The question is, how far have you gone for ice cream?
Where is that?
She's in there in Lexington. They're up here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or Huron.
Port Huron.
North of
They got a sweet house on Lake Huron. It's sweet.
so she gets it out of her freezer.
No, she has the goats. Carollynn has the goats, and they
Oh,
make the
really?
goat. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, they don't have the goat milk. No.
I was like, goat milk.
Lexington's actually
goat
cool.
milk ice cream. Ugh.
Lexington is actually a cool town. They have a lot of they do a lot of stuff just in the town itself, and it's a cool little town. Yeah, so that's that. So we have Chris Wojcinski says 20 miles from Dearborn Heights all the way to Flat Rock. Okay, Flat Rock. So that's another one. We've got Janine McKay says Alpine Chocolate House in Gaylord. That's a good one. Wow, that's a pretty good one. So again,
That's
the
a long
question
distance.
overseas. Now you get it, girl. Carollynn says overseas. Where overseas, girl? Tell me where overseas, Carollynn Babisz. We want to know that.
Canada.
Yeah, we want to know that. So
Say,
overseas. No,
overseas
I'm talking about
Canada?
probably Europe or something.
No,
They're
I
world
get-
travelers.
I get
So,
that.
question of the show again, sponsored by Root Brothers Coffee. Let's see what you got. So we got two things of coffee here for you. We got berries and cream coffee. We've got espresso yourself, which is a little different. Okay. We've got again the chocolate that may not make it because I might eat the chocolate. Okay.
Looks like you already did. Is there a bite out
Yes,
of that?
there is. No, there's not. And then a coffee mug, Root Brothers coffee mug. So on that same note, next few weeks we're being sponsored by Sister Sweets. So Sister Sweets does cookies, and they're gonna have cookies for us a winner next week, I think. So I tried to get them to do our faces on there, Don. They said they're not that talented. So they can't put our faces on the cookies, but it's going to be show related. And then also at some point soon we're going to have Mitten Pickling Company, and Don and I are kicking out. We might even have them come in to do a little cooking on the show.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Those are upcoming. But Root Brothers Coffee question is what's the farthest you ever went for ice cream? So keep them coming. I'll keep taking a look.
Okay. All right. So next up is the City Spotlight, South Lyon, Michigan.
South Lyon, Michigan. You want to hear something good about that?
Yeah.
I got an appraisal back today for Kelly and Steve Helsa, my good friends, and they already have equity in their house. It appraised over. So that guy in the letter must not be going to South Lyon. So it appraised over. So they got instant equity, which is awesome. It's absolutely awesome. So
Yeah.
South Lyon's a cool town. Hard part, lots of bugs it felt like. Lots of bugs everywhere. I was always smacking myself every time we went somewhere. Yeah, it was weird. So it's definitely different.
Maybe it's you.
It probably is. I do put bug spray on. I don't put sunblock on, as you can tell with my vast sunburn, but I do put bug spray on.
All right. So let's get to the numbers.
All right, talk about it.
Active, currently on the market, 27.
So remember, active is people that are just throwing it out there, listings that are active right now. Pendings are going to be where the market is, and solds are where the market was, what appraisers use, right? The solds, right?
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
so what else you got?
42 pending. So that's almost a little less than double the actives.
So the market's
you
jamming.
see-
So when
Yeah.
the pendings are double like that, it means things are going up and getting off the market.
Yeah. And closed in the last 30 days, 25 homes.
25, okay.
Okay. Average sales price $295, and for a little over 2,000 square feet.
Okay.
So good square footage.
So almost 300,000 for two. That's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. So
Yeah.
now you know what's funny? When I looked back at City Spotlight, first of all, we started that on the second show we've ever did. So
Yeah.
I mean that's pretty interesting. But second, we have never done Dearborn yet.
Really?
In 25 shows, we've never done Dearborn, not one time, or Dearborn
I would have
Heights.
thought for sure.
No,
would
we have not one time. So we go exotic all over Michigan. We never do close to home ever.
All right, let's get to what this is all about.
So the
today.
people want to see the special guest. So I'm going to slide over and we're going to introduce our special guest. Give us a round of applause for Chris Bergeron. Give us a round, some claps and some hands in the old comments. Chris Bergeron, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, she is sitting closer to me. She's 6 feet from Don because she and I see each other every day, so we felt that was okay.
Yeah.
She's got her mask on to make my sister happy. so that my sister doesn't boycott our show anymore. No, she's just being safe. I understand that. So
Yeah.
we have to talk a little. Look at all this hearts. You're getting hearts everywhere. Look at that. People are going crazy. Chris Bergeron, give her hearts. Give her thumbs up. Give her it all. The celebrity Chris Bergeron. All right, so let's get into this. Okay? First question is, how did you start in real estate?
I never got into real estate. I talked you into getting into real estate.
So tell us that story.
So I didn't hear. I never heard that.
Tell us that story.
I did. Scott was looking for, this was probably 6 or 7 years ago.
About
Scott
8 or
was
9
looking, Scott was looking for a way to make extra money, and it just wasn't cutting it. His teaching salary wasn't cutting it. So he was looking for an extra way to make money. And I kept saying, Scott, you're good with people. You need to get into real estate. That would be a good thing for you. And actually, he finally agreed with me, and he took his real estate license test, and he passed.
Yeah, so that was when I first started, before I started becoming a realtor, I think it was 7 or 8 years ago now, I think is where we're at. So the teachers in the state of Michigan took like a 25% pay cut.
Yeah.
So I was like struggling. I had to find something. I had to find something. I'm like, so she's like, go take the. And it was hard. Like at first, I didn't want to do it. I think about that now, and it's like, really? You didn't want to do this? It's like your favorite thing in the whole world. You don't want to do that?
He kept fighting me on it, and he just didn't want to do it. And
Moms do know best, don't they?
So
yes, we do.
Like your good friend Father Bob says, a mother's wisdom.
Yes, thank you.
So there's that. So I will tell you the story about how she got started in real estate. So my ex-wife and I, when we worked together, we had an assistant, and it didn't really work out. There were some things that just didn't work out right. Like we didn't feel like we were getting maybe the value, I guess, maybe, or something like that.
Probably.
So I thought about, and give me some hearts on this one, is whom better can you trust than your mom? My mom is, folks that know her from St.
Absolutely.
Sebastian and other places, she is the most honest and hardworking person I have ever met. And I will tell you this, okay? I told her this week, take the week off, and she refused me. So don't anybody ever tell me I never gave her a day off. I tried to give her this week off, but she refused. So that's how that goes. So what do you got else?
Well, that was a good story.
Yeah.
I did not know that story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I talked him into it. I'm the one. I take full credit for that one.
Oh, she takes full credit. Absolutely. Live on our show today.
That's awesome. So what are some of the benefits of working in a family business? Is there any?
Really?
Well, there's a lot of benefits for
Can you think
him.
of one?
There's a lot of benefits for him. No, it's a good thing, and I enjoy working. I enjoy working with him, and actually, I've met a lot of great people at
Right.
Century 21 at Curran and Oberski.
Right.
And I've made some good friends here. So
That's awesome. So do you like? What do you do? What do you do to?
Oh, what do I do? Let's see.
What does she not do, Don?
I get to be-
She showed a house illegally one time.
Not supposed to say that.
I know, that's one time.
Okay.
No, what I do is normally I'll enter all the information. Once we get a signed contract, I put it all in the computer into the SkySilk system. I also am quite the pain in the butt for lenders because I call them on a daily basis generally until they give me the appropriate answer. So I'm following up on appraisals. And sometimes I will show up at a closing.
So, Don, she didn't tell you half the stuff. Like, a couple things. One, she is the queen of going to the city because the little
I
old
do
lady
that
can
too.
stand up back behind, away from the thing, and the guy will go, "Ma'am, come, you come right up here."
Yeah.
Same thing with appraisers. She gives them the sweet voice, and they will "Oh, Chris, I'll find out for you." Like, that's the best.
Yeah.
That's absolutely the best. The most value besides the trust that I have with her, because she's on all the accounts and everything, is the making appointments. Like I can send a picture of a text and this person wants to see 6 houses and she hunts them down. Because you know as well as I do, these days you get rejected for some, you get some that don't confirm right away. So that's a huge thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
For me, I'll tell you what the best thing for me is, I get to talk to my mom every single day, like 4 or 5 times a day.
Yeah.
That's a good. It's really a good thing.
Yeah.
It really is a good thing.
Yeah, and I hear you talking over the phone and stuff. So, and it's really, it is.
You
pretty
mean
cool.
her telling me what I should do? You mean that? Is that what you're talking about? So
No.
don't kid yourself. She tells me, Scott, I need you to get me this.
Wow.
I'm like, don't you work for me?
What have I been bugging you about the last couple weeks?
Yeah. So there's a
What?
gentleman. We did a transaction coordinator for a friend of mine, and we haven't got paid because he's kind of stuck in his house. He's an older gentleman. So I didn't take the paperwork over to us. She's like, you're not going to get paid until you take the paperwork over to this guy. So
And I've been telling him every single day for the last 2 weeks, probably. Every single
Oh,
day.
you'll get there.
And Don, I'll tell you another thing too is almost my entire Rolodex of service people is through her. John Becker, my furnace guy, is phenomenal. For 3-Star Heating and Cooling is her good friend. Dave Barrett, electrical guy, is a good guy from her. I'm trying to think who else.
They're all St. Sebastian
Yes,
people.
St. Sebastian definitely. But and it's one of those things. It's like a very knit group of people that we work with. So,
Right.
And a lot of it comes from her.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
So-
so nice. That's awesome.
What are the challenges about? You can let it out too. Go ahead. With this, I want to hear this.
I think
What
we
are the
heard. I
challenges?
think we heard one of them.
What?
Every single day, I've been telling you to go do something.
I know.
There you go.
It's like taking the trash out. Will you go get this, please?
The biggest challenge is he'll call me on Sunday night and say, "Can you set up these appointments for me?"
Yeah, I try not to. I try to be very
He does.
cognizant now
I know he
because
does, yeah.
for a while there, I felt like I was taking advantage, and I am sorry for that.
No,
So, but
it's fine.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest challenge, and it's keeping on top of things. It's I have lists at home on my desk, just constantly. Make sure you call the lender. Make sure you do this. Make sure you check on the appraisal. Make sure you check with the city on the inspection. Make sure that it's all done.
right,
you know.
and it's now you know as well as I do. No two deals are exactly the same.
Absolutely.
So it's constantly stuff. Yeah, okay. Did you remember this? What about that? Do that. Water bill this, and it's like
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
She definitely
Do you-
makes sure.
Do you enjoy talking to some of these people, the mortgage reps, the
Oh
city,
yeah.
and all that
Oh,
sort
I
of stuff?
do.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of them are very, very nice,
Mm.
and I've developed some relationships with a few lenders, and hopefully that's.
So a couple
That
of
helps.
comments I want to give you. Okay, so
Yes.
first, your daughter says, Julie Long says she keeps a certain realtor in line.
Yes,
Then your
she does.
nephew, Jeff Babisz, says that's a full-time job. Okay, so we got that.
Yes, it is.
Billy Ferguson want to say hello. If you want to give him a shout
Hi,
out.
Bill. How are you? I miss you guys.
And then Kathy Wilkowitz, who you talked to on the phone, said want to say hi to you too.
I can.
Absolutely. So, and your sister-in-law says your son is a challenge. I didn't realize that was that big a challenge. I'm going to go home and cry now because I'm so rough to deal with.
You're not.
Oh.
You're not.
So, Ma, what's the client base? What's the most important thing you do for our clients? Let's try that.
Let's see. The most important thing I do for the clients probably is following up with the lender, making sure that we get it closed on time. That to me is really, really important.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that we get it closed on time.
And Don, I don't know if you do this, but I have her, as soon as the appraisal happens, 2 days later, I have her calling them every day, or
Oh,
every
yeah.
other day, constantly, because they forget or they go, they didn't see it today. You know what I mean? So try to speed the process up a little
Right.
bit. So yeah.
Right.
Clear to close?
Yeah, no, the appraisal, getting the appraisal back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because it always feels like they just, the appraisal's back now. You know what I mean? So
I'll call you as soon as it's back. Yeah, and I'm waiting for a week, and it was back 3 days ago.
yeah.
You didn't
How's that
call
happen?
me.
Yeah.
you
The
know.
only guy that's pretty good on it, Mike McLaughlin's pretty good on it.
Oh, he's very
pretty
good.
on
He's
it.
very good. He's one of the best.
So what are you seeing in the market?
Oh, it's crazy right now. That I'm seeing houses that are listed one day and the next day they're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our clients are walking into houses, and unless they're ready to go back to the office and write an order or write a contract for it, and the contract better be over the asking price because it's not going to happen. And so many clients are they're at a loss. The houses that they like are gone,
Right.
before
Right.
they even get to see them.
So,
Right.
and I think this one will speak to that too. Is I'll give her a list and look at these 6 or 7 houses. Like yesterday, I gave her a list of 9
Oh, yeah,
houses
9
that somebody
houses,
sent
yeah.
me. You know how many we got into?
3.
2.
Oh, 2.
2.
Okay.
Yeah.
2.
Out of 9, 2 we
Wow.
could go see.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And he had just looked at them online, and they were all of a sudden they were pending. They were
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It was
that's
over the week.
no.
It's one that many of you know, but if you don't know, you'll know now. So speak right to the camera. Go
I
ahead.
can't wait to hear
I will,
this.
I will tuck my head like this. I will do this right here.
Okay, when Scott was 12 years old, I think, or
12
12
years
or
old,
13. Yeah. He decided that his eyebrows were too thick. So he took a shaver, which I didn't realize, and he went in the bathroom and he's kind of trimming one up. Okay, well, maybe I need to trim this one up a little bit too. Eventually, he ended up with no eyebrows.
Oh,
Oh, Don, it was bad. It was
It was really bad, and he went to school, and I guess all the kids were making fun of him, and oh my gosh, it was terrible.
do you remember that?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
he
listen.
left-
Do you remember that like it was just yesterday?
No, I don't remember that like it was yesterday, but I cried.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I went home and I told the head nun, Sister Carollynn, called my house.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was like, I'm not coming back to school. Like, it was terrible.
Oh yeah, it
It
was
was terrible.
really bad.
The funny thing is, I had to give a speech. I was in like a speech competition, like a
Oh, yeah.
Dearborn Heights one.
Yeah.
And you could see me. I have like a little tweed suit on, and I had no eyebrows.
We got
I
pictures.
do.
We got to see a picture
have.
of this. I
I
want to see a
do
picture
have
of
that
that.
picture. I do
Oh,
have
I
that
love
picture.
that. I love it. That's a great story. That's a great story. So, I heard this something about him and jackets in the winter and that sort of stuff. Can you shed
Oh,
any light
never-
on that whole story?
He never wears a jacket in the winter.
Yeah.
And he wears shorts in the winter.
Yeah.
And it drives me crazy.
Where did it come from?
I have no idea. The only thing I can think of is that when he used to go to wrestling tournaments every week, I think he would put his jacket, and I think it might have gotten stolen a few times. So then he just decided not to wear a jacket anymore. And that's what he does.
Oh,
He
jeez.
wears no jacket, and he comes in shorts. And my
Shorts.
neighbors are like, is he okay?
Is he okay?
Is he okay?
Yeah, we all ask that question, huh?
Is he okay? So that's the Vic McGuire theory as well. The guy that I coached with for 25 years. He said I must have left my jacket everywhere. That's why I don't wear one.
Yes.
There's two reasons why. Now, one, that's probably has some truth to it, but I don't get cold very often. Like right now, I'm sweating as we're in here. Okay, and Adam has paid the bill, so the AC is on, but I'm sweating right now as we're in here. So that's how that goes.
It's all the lights.
Yeah, it's. So
Oh,
our
nice
celebrity Chris Bergeron guest today.
You did great, Chris.
No,
Thank you for
thank
being
you.
Yeah, it was absolutely, it was what a great thing. So a
And
couple,
I just want to know where my executive producer is, Danny Chuber.
yeah, where is
I'm
Dan?
waiting for
We're
him.
still
I'm waiting
searching
for
for him.
Danny.
So a couple things. Chris Basut wanted you to know she's watching because you're on. Carollynn Babisz is saying that it's time for her and Jeff to sell. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And then there's all kinds of stuff I'm not going to read about my eyebrows that's coming in right now. There's all kinds of comments. Like Chris Wojcicki says, Patrick thought he put white powder on his eyebrows. Jeff Babbitt says he should do it again. My cousin, the smartass. He should do it again. Really? I'll tell you what. I'll do it. You do it, Jeff. We'll do it together. How about
Yeah,
that?
there you go.
That'd be great. That'd
No,
be absolutely
no.
great.
And
Yeah.
I'm not drawing any more eyebrows on you.
Not drawing
he
anymore?
He did have me try to draw eyebrows on him for basketball practice.
Yeah?
I remember he
Did
was
it
playing
work?
on the basketball team. No,
No.
it didn't work. You could tell they were drawn on.
You're getting a kick out of this, aren't you?
I did,
You're
yes.
enjoying the hell out of it.
Yes,
Thanks.
yes,
You guys
I
just
think
talk.
it's
I'll just sit here and take the appeal.
I think it's hilarious. But when you're a teenage, 12 or 13, you may...
So your daughter says you should tell more embarrassing stories. So Julie, I'll tell you what. We'll come back to Chris Bergeron some other time. She can bring it. She can be a monthly, stature here. She can tell all kinds of crazy stories. You're getting love from everybody.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right. So you want to talk fan of the show?
Fan of the show.
All right. Let's get a drum roll. Drum roll here.
Yes.
The fan of the show. The best holy man in 3 counties. Okay. The priest, the pastor at Olo, Father Robert Johnson. You are a fan of the show. So here's what I want, people. I want Father Bob, Father Bob, Father Bob. Give it Father Bob in there. Father Bob. I'm waiting for that. When I see it, I'll stop saying it. Father Bob, Father Bob. Father Bob Johnson is the most interesting man of the cloth I've ever met. He says wonderfully interesting things. We have deep, great discussions. He's my son's favorite, one of his favorite people on the earth. She and he are very good friends,
Oh, yeah.
and
That's awesome.
I enjoy him very much.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I am his family realtor. The Johnson family, I am, because he did this to me. He goes,
Oh, yeah?
no, he called himself our family priest.
Yeah.
So I go, I'm the family realtor.
I like it.
Yeah, he's definitely a great guy for the community, and he just does great things.
Yeah.
He just does amazing, great things. Like I called him. I had a buddy of mine that his father was very sick and was going to pass, and he called me like 5 a.m, and father went and took care of that. So
Yeah.
on just a humanitarian note, in this day and age, that's important, right? But
Yeah, absolutely.
but definitely watches the show and definitely puts real estate out there. This family realtor. So Father Bob Johnson, you got a T-shirt coming your way, my friend. I'll be bringing it down to you at OLO, Our Lady of the Woods Catholic Church. How'd you like that plug?
In Woodhaven.
In Woodhaven, right?
Yes.
Don.
All right.
So I've been
who's
looking
winner?
through
You
this.
got a winner.
I've been looking through this here.
Ones on mine.
I've been looking through this here, okay? And I got a couple of really good ones, I think. Like the Gaylord one was good. The one overseas was pretty good. I'm kind of digging through them a little bit more. Let's do this. Let's give the folks about 1 more minute to kind of give us their thing. So again, where's the furthest you ever went for ice cream? We got Root Brothers Coffee. It's going to be hand delivered by my assistant. Will hand deliver the coffee. How you like them apples? All that smart assery she threw at us. So she'll deliver the Root Brothers Coffee to you. They are our sponsor this week. So
Nowhere overseas where that.
yeah.
might
So I'll
be.
tell you what. Can you clarify your answer? Carollynn, where overseas have you got ice cream? Tell us that.
I'm guessing in Switzerland.
You think it's Switzerland?
And while you're doing that, I'm going to sum it up again, go over what we went over today. We got the question of the week, which you've already answered, or most people have answered or gotten it. What is the farthest you've gone for ice cream? We did the market update, some good numbers there. Interesting, very similar to the last few weeks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Topic of the week was reverse mortgages. City Spotlight, South Lyon, Michigan. Our special guest, Chris Bergeron of the Bergeron team. And fan of the show,
Carollynn Babisz.
Carollynn Babisz.
No, I'm sorry. No.
Father Bob
Father
Johnson.
Bob Johnson.
Father Bob.
Ooh, I'm
Sorry,
losing my
Father
mind. Well, we don't have an executive producer.
I'm sorry,
There's a-
Father. He's already
Father?
forgotten you.
I'm sorry. Mea culpa, mea culpa.
And so the winner?
The winner is Carollynn Babisz. I don't know if Chris Bergeron can make the drive up to Lexington these days. We'll have to see. But you will get hand-delivered Root Brothers coffee. Root Brothers is awesome. We love them, and they're going to be one of our sponsors here moving forward. So,
Root.
absolutely. So, Don, I'm going to say a couple things before we close it out. All right? We've got people just tripping over themselves to talk to Chris Bergeron. You can, I'll tell you what we'll do. You can get a signed autographed picture of Chris Bergeron if you'd like. Okay? You can put her and Don sitting like across from each other. I could kind of be over the side or something. We'll get you, autographed pictures if that's something you'd like. Oh, here we go.
So.
Here, Carollynn Babisz says, I had ice cream in Austria, Paris, Switzerland, Monaco, Ireland, and Scotland. Okay? So that's pretty good. So that's not bad. So very cool, very cool.
Thank you.
All right, now, if you've been watching the show, you know how this works, right?
Yes.
We're going to go 1, 2, 3. You ready? I'm Scott,
I'm Don.
I'm Chris.
and we're talking real estate. See ya.
Goodbye.